Howdy, y'all. What's happening? Oh, I love it when I have so much energy. Woke up super early this morning. All right, I got to fix my camera a little bit, but woke up early this morning. You know, if I just passed out today and I didn't get to have the rest of it, I'd already be satisfied because I read, I worked out, I even got to rip my drum set, which was pretty awesome for this early in the morning. And it's 8:48. A little later than I like, but we're here. We are not queer, because that's gay. All right. I just have to roll my eyes at myself. Anyway. All right, so we're looking at this 15-minute chart. Yes, you can see the right thing. We broke up yesterday with some strength. Let me just make sure I got the mic on. I got the mic right here. Really got to figure out if I got to put it somewhere else, but I have never had a problem. So we broke up over this high yesterday, which means that if you had any inclination that this was like this sort of Model 2 maybe, it is no longer a Model 2. I did see a good post about potentially a Model 1 here and then like a Model 1 here, where this is like, and apparently this happens quite frequently on higher time frame redistribution patterns, which I guess you can maybe see. I don't know. I think they're a little bit more spread out, but something like oops. This is one of them. And then like inside there's that one. I'm not really sure. This is kind of a whole nother pattern in of itself. But I'll take the guy's word for it because he's pretty smart. So anyway, we're looking at this. We're making very, very slightly higher highs. Okay, and let's really hone in on the volume here. On each of these highs, we have, here, maybe I'll go like this. We can kind of just mark them out. On this high, we were at here. This high, we were here maybe. This high. And now this high, I guess maybe it's all that, and then this high here. So we're kind of doing like not really. I see this kind of downward thing. I see volume decreasing at the very least between this high. It's very hard to tell. It's really nothing of note. On a lower time frame, you'd want to see like a significant high get put in, and then like volume being here, and then on the next high being much higher. That would be signs of strength. The opposite would be big volume here and little volume here. That would be a volume divergence where people aren't interested in trading at the new higher price, which would signify that value is not following price and maybe price is overvalued in that bullish example. But anyway, very, very interesting structure we have. Of course you do, I don't know why this is way over there. Of course, you do have this liquidity curve, which looks nice and juicy. So this 12-hour order block, not completely broken yet, could be the last ditch effort. But nonetheless, I'm still looking to take longs off of this SFP, I'm thinking, for up here. Because it is very possible that we come up into these. I do actually kind of want to see what's up here. I really don't care for anything under a 2-hour, but really a 4-hour order block. And I mean, I drew these way back here, so it's been a long, long time trying to get back into these. Yeah, so right off the bat, I'm just going to this 2-hour order block is probably pretty useless. I'd much rather have something like a 12 or at the very least a 4 So let's zoom in here and see what we got. We have 6 hour. I don't really use 6 hours. You know what? Let's just turn off some of the garbage I don't use. Don't use a 6 hour. 12 hour. I'm sorry, 12 hour? 60 minutes times 10. 10 hour. Why would I use a 10 hour? 8 hour I'll keep. 360 is a 6 hour. 240 is a 4 hour. Barely even want to really keep the 3 hour. I'm going to get rid of it. And then I like the dailies. I will keep these smaller ones for lower time frames, but 60 doesn't matter to me. This 12 hour, however, definitely does. So that's something I'm going to be marking out. Even this massive 3-day up here, which you'll see really doesn't confirm for quite a while. And this 12 hour seems as though, and maybe this 2 hour up here is the only thing that's not spent. So I'm really excited about this one, I'm thinking. And, you know, that was the same exact place as the 2 hour, it feels like, but it's just such a greater confidence of a better level. So I don't really know why I wouldn't have marked that out that way in the beginning. Order block, purple, extend right, bang. And then of course we do have this whole larger supply range in there, which I'm looking for. So that is certainly a target. Easily we need to pull a fib here and see where the point of, or a fixed range here and see where the point of control is. And that is right here. This is a very important short level. This is an extension naked point of control. We'll make that yellow. That is really important level for me. Even this value area low, I think. Well, let me really pull the extension properly. See where value was. Yeah, I'm not really going to. Would have been nice with this thing going on in here, but not really going to pay attention to anything like that. This is a big level. And if we get up here, that's my most important short. So otherwise, nothing really to say about that. I am now using a 15-minute chart as my key. I just want to go through here and see if we have any new order blocks I need to get rid of, or what was this, a 2 hour? Well, it wasn't a breaker block, that's for sure. You know, you got to mark them out because sometimes they are good, but I feel as though often they are not used. And actually, this is just garbage now because I'm decided I really don't ever use them. I might as well, the historical ones, I might as well just get rid of them. I was really hoping for something in from this macro range value area high, and I believe I took a position from it. But looking at a 15-minute chart, it was just not great at all. So we can get rid of that. Well, I'll leave that because that might be interesting support, actually. Let me just make sure it didn't move. Yeah, no, still here. So this is another level, really, for some sort of bounce off of this value area high. And I like these to be super thin because they get wide on a lower time frame. So that's something cool to watch. This 1 hour kind of served me well. I was going to get rid of it, but we did kind of reject up there. Just not very well, just not good enough. And this 12 hour is really what I'm keeping. And I was told by someone before that these 12 or daily order blocks are usually a big range area. I mean, they're certainly great for rejections as well, but we do get a good amount of range trading out of them, and it seems like that will be the kind of theme of the day. We are practically in price discovery. We really don't have many reference levels besides for maybe. Let me pull this. Yeah, so this is untapped right here. No, we tapped it. We took it. We took it all. Oh, we really took it all. And you know what? This high wick, aggressive sellers. It makes me wonder, because now we have to, if we just wicked right here, right? If we just came up to here and now we're down, we have all of this liquidity above this area to collect and drive higher. Now we don't have anything until up here, so we kind of have to make it on the way down, which is what we're doing right now. So let's look at a market structure is pretty simple. I am using a 15-minute. Our last point is way down here, so we are in open space. Let's see the daily profile, which should actually give us a lot to work with today because we are in an auctioning environment, so our value areas are pretty great. I'm thinking. And it's probably going to take a lot of work to create something overlapping to lower, or I mean overlapping to higher. Because of where we opened, we're gonna have to really range down here, which I guess isn't too hard, but to get overlapping to higher, which would be like the first sign of slight weakness compared to just higher, that is. So still very strong, just very typical. We usually have like this was just an outside one. But here we have overlapping to higher. But anyway, so. Sorry, this is the most annoying clock in the entire world, and there's nothing I can do about it, so. If we look at interest, this has to be a great order block in here. Yeah, 2 hour. I'll mark that out. Just as like an intra. Look at that. There's two of them there. Just because we have like a lot of these single prints, and I imagine that if we run some of those, I think we will dip our toes into. Well, I guess we have no single prints in here, but we do have a single print in here, or a fair value gap for that matter. But I would imagine. What's up? Wait! Don't move. All right, you were in the camera for a second. Oh, you're turning that? Oh, look. Somebody's perfect. Look at that. Cool, thanks. All right. Get out of here. Scram. Oh, wait, I didn't even turn the video off. You were fully in that. Okay, well, oh well. What are you going to do?
I'm going to need copyright.
Now you know what my father looks like, so I guess I just have to end it all. But yeah, this 2 hour order block, if we come, certainly important. I'll be watching for that. This 2 hour order block, just the same. I think that's another very worthy level. I'm wondering. If, what else was said that these were? Yeah, I don't think I care about anything less than that. That's a good amount of information. Yeah, 120, probably best practice, and I don't do this, but I think I should, is marking off the largest order block. Because I just tend to over refine, and it really should be like an area, not like a, pinpoint sized bounce level. So there you go. There's that. We can just spread this out now. Here will be our 15-minute, which we are looking at now. Looks great. Seems like a good low. Oh, good. My notification center is covered by my face. So that's nice. Yeah, so we're pretty much just in a range, and this is that, and that's it. So it seems like this morning we kind of had a separate range, almost something like this. And now we have this. So that's pretty interesting. So if you break it up into two ranges, this is like pretty much an equal auction where buyers and sellers are both very interested at any touch of the value area. And overnight, much of the same. It's like this is where you put on those value area scalpers is during, what session is this? I think I should even take a note of this because it seems that important. During my market monkey charts have been kind of broken since this beta update. I can't lie. So yeah, Asia. So Asia opening up after a run, boy oh boy, was that a beautiful, beautiful thing going on there. And this point of control is going to be likely a significant point for a short for me. You know, it's kind of hard to say what you really want to do with market structure. A 15-minute in there, okay. Would have liked a 30, I think, but no, that's a pretty beautiful level. That is we have this one right above it. But maybe I should mark that in too because there is that value area high in there. But this point of control is very, very strong. Very strong point of control. I might even do a limit order. But I guess I'll mark this in because it is that value area high. So let me put this in. This is the previous range. Naked point of control, and this is and it looks like we're going to run that right before or at market open, New York open, which I don't really like. I just haven't mastered it. Previous range naked value area high, and the value area low is spent. Let me just see if the combo between these is anything. Yes, that is all. That's pretty much okay. Pretty much the same thing here. Yeah, so we have some good levels today. I besides like the lower time frame market structure, I actually feel pretty confident about the setups. And I think what we're going to do is pretty much just take our lower time frame market structure from this point in here. Like I'm really just going to take this and drop it like that. Might have to move it a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's certainly evening out. I like the waves, maybe besides this one. But yeah, okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I like that. Like that. So kind of hard to pull a fib here. Again, it's kind of hard when you don't have like that perfect picture-perfect market structure. But I mean, if you draw it something like this high, yeah, I guess this point is kind of useless because it's really not pulled from anywhere. So if you want to use this, you got to go here. And that means if we're taking a trade off of this, it would have a, oh, I already got one. It would have a stop above the order block. So that's what I'm going to do. I do still want to look at this. One of the few times you see like market structure actually tightening, or value area tightening, I mean. And probably like the 30-second a good amount. We do have a JF here, which would mean I'm looking for kind of two waves. Two more waves and then a turnaround is typically what you get following a JF, because it is an engineering, a liquidity engineering thing. Yeah, I like this inducement of this level. That could be pretty huge. Shoot. Two FA. Hate it. Hate it. All right, we're in, and let me just set this trade up. Sell, stop loss is going to be, why the hell is this so wide? Wow, only a 0.9095. So this is going to require some pretty decent leverage. I am going to do, a kind of move stop halfway TP1, just so it can be pretty much risk-free immediately. Oh, and we tapped it. Hopefully we get a little bit more interest in it while I get this trade working. 50 divided by 0.095%. $52,000 position. Five, 2, 6, 3. Leverage 10. I'm gonna wait to enter this until we get something on Bookmaps, because it looks like this level is going to be just demolished based on these market bubbles here. And maybe we'll take a look at that. Sure, let's change it over. It looks like there is a lot of strength. So maybe this is kind of where you take that entry. But I really don't see that participation. that I'm hoping for here. It kind of looks like we just annihilated the level. CVD is just like on a tear. Let me check. This is interesting that we're really flattening out here. I don't know why. Is that absorption? I don't know. Let's see if we can get above it again. 1 minute. That's 15 minute. 1 minute. CVD is like fine. So I'm probably not interested. I think 1 minute is kind of just killing it. Wow, the market just really calmed down. Yeah, it's not looking like something. CVD not really showing me what I want to see. The Market Monkey 1 minute CVD is like really, the spot didn't take a hit after this run up. It's pretty much, I mean, it's making higher highs and higher lows. The perpetual, same thing. Huge run up on this little spike here. I don't exactly know what I was looking to see, but I'm not exactly confident in this, especially since we didn't really reject off the level or anything. And on the monkey, it does seem like we have a lot of buying going on, so our delta is not showing any selling. If we do want to see absorption wise, hey, I mean, here's what you maybe could have seen to catch the absolute top of this is this large liquidity zone right here. That this is pretty cool. I guess this is really your absorption at the peak, is that we tried to blast through this level. Look at all the buy orders at all these different levels. We tried to blast through. We really couldn't push the bid, or I mean the ask through it. But then we did, and it seems as though a lot of positions were filled. What was this? 70? 70 were filled, and they maintained. So you'd kind of want to see those coming back in. But now price is just going right back above. So, hey, great, guys. We stayed out of potentially a bad trade. Now we're looking at the same thing pretty much at the value area high. That was actually really great. Could we now have looked at a support off of the point of control? Let's see if we see absorption up here. Could we have looked at support off of this point of control? I guess that's really when you're getting into like high time frame scalping. And it's really not something I would have liked to do. All right, so what I do want to compare here, and we are at that value area high with big resistance. What I do want to compare here in Bookmap is how much we ran up when we were making this high in CVD, and how much we just ran up when we made pretty much the same exact run. What the hell? When we made pretty much the exact same run on price. So the price run was, and look at that. Now we kind of do have that that interest, you'd say. So from the base of this, we had a 0.30% move, and from the base of this, we had a shoot, what does that say? we had a 0.30% run. Here, I mean, massive increase in open interest. Here, very marginal. Very marginal. And I think we're actually kind of seeing that now play out. So maybe this is where I enter that same position. Yeah, and we're definitely getting that that actual volume. What time is it? 9:18. Okay. Why the heck is this so wide? CVD really starting to take some hits here. I'm going to enter this if we get back up to this level. Look at this. I think we're gonna smash this. Oh, oh. Big market sells getting filled here. Okay, I'm actually gonna cut my leverage in half and just enter now, I think. No, I should stick with it. I don't want to miss it. But I think I'm just going to stick with my original thing here. Okay, all right. And I just fired. Okay, my entry is $21. Holy moly, that's like a half R in fees. That's insane. Okay, I need to slightly adjust my TP. I am seemingly going to give away some pennies, but I really do need to make this like 0.098. I really need to make it 0.1. So let's just do that. Which is not any different. But now it seems like we're getting some participation with some orders here. And we will see what happens. Yeah, big sells on the monkey. Big market sells at this level. Hopefully we don't take the high real quick. Oh, I do want to see this. Not really anything in there. Oh boy. Ah! Aggressive selling. Come on in. Long liquidations. Wow. I'm sure I just got an absolutely atrocious fill on that. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Pretty much risked twice the amount I wanted to risk without any of the benefits, which is pretty lame. Which is super lame. And look, now we're right back to where we were. hate to see it. Oh, and we SFP'd here. Classic. So big market orders. What's going on with liquidations? Yeah, CBD is just really strong on spot and perps. So, a little bit of a win. I mean, I didn't see what I needed to see here, but I really started to see it here. I'm pretty disappointed, actually. And then what was my entry? It was up in here. I mean, pretty phenomenal considering. Pretty disappointed we ultimately did not have that trade work out. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. So what are you going to do? I really just hate these, like, insanely bullish days where you can't really get into anything. Or you can't get into the prevailing trend, which is long, and then you're forced to just kind of, like, try shorts out for size all day. And it's just, like, very, very annoying. Let's put it that way. I do want to see. I do want to see what this looks like when it does turn around, and I think I'm even going to go back to yesterday or earlier and see what I got to load more. 24. Load it. It's going to take a while. All right, well, I'm glad price went a little bit above my level, because if I was, if it just kind of took me out with an SFP and then went down, I'd be pretty disappointed. I mean, it kind of did that. It kind of did that. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to have to go back and analyze. Because really the trade was just now, I mean, you could say pretty easily that it was at the at this SFP, which I will show you guys. So right here, I mean, the trade was at the SFP, and I mean, what are you at already? Nearly a 2-to-1. Maybe could have even gotten a smaller stop, but it's a hard one to get into. So I'm trying to figure out how you would have seen this, what you would have seen. Well, we don't even know if it's necessarily done yet, so I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to let you guys go too, because I have a lot of studying I want to do today, so I'm pretty excited too. Alright, I'm breaking book maps over here. I'm pretty excited to do a little test of a lot of the major market points, 15-minute or 1-minute. And I want to go back and see what book maps really look like and see what I can get out of order flow. So, yes, I am excited for that. That should be super fun. Should be a lot of knowledge. A lot of knowledge. And I'm excited. So, all right. Catch you guys later. We'll see you another time. This was the morning update. We got a little trade analysis in there as well. I'm going to do this trade recap. I'm going to make sure I do a video of this because I haven't been keeping up with my trade recaps and it has been pretty lame. All right. Catch you guys